Hi everyone, have you ever felt stuck in a power struggle with your toddler where saying no turns actually into a full-on battle?
Yeah. And we all know the scenario. We say no to something and they look at us, sometimes they smile and they touch or do it again. We get louder and everything gets more heated, but our child cannot get into a power struggle unless we enter the ring. So today we're going to look at ways how we can deal with that without raising our voice and without losing our calm.
If you are tired of repeating yourself, tired of your endless threats that don't bring anything, and just ending the day with a bad feeling that nothing works, this video is for you.
Yeah, and by the end, you'll have a 3-step method that brings more peace into your home and breaks through this back and forth battle.
So what is a power struggle? As a parent, you give a direction, your toddler resists, and instead of leading calmly, you get pulled into a back and forth struggle.
And it sounds like stop, 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 or no, or how many times do I have to repeat myself? Or if you do this one more time, or how about, why are you doing this to me? And your toddler is thinking, what will happen if I push? And if we give in, they will learn that it works and they will stay in the power struggle. So what changes everything is that we can be firm and clear because steady leadership brings peace.
So let's make it super practical. This method works really well because it actually removes the game. It removes this, actually the power struggle.
Yeah.
Step number 1, stay calm, close and clear. So don't shout across the room.
Yes.
Go to your toddler, look in the eye, be close to them and say what you want to say in one sentence.
Yeah, give the instruction.
Stop doing that.
Yeah. So that's like a key, and it almost seems too easy to be true because if we had the habit of entering a power struggle and giving our kids too much explanation, and especially for a toddler, explanation feels like
a negotiation.
Yeah, negotiation. So, and it feels like we're giving them the microphone and they are able to
enter the ring, into the power struggle.
Exactly, to start the power struggle. So if we stay calm, clear, and have eye contact, that gives them the clear leadership of our instruction, and then we quickly go to number 2.
So your toddler does it again. Don't enter into the debate.
Yeah, because then you already gave the instructions with number 1. Number 2 is that you either remove your child,
remove the object.
Yeah, the object, whatever it is. Sometimes it's not possible. Or if it's like the electricity socket or something, I mean, it's not possible, you remove the child, or you just simply stand in front of it and say, I said no.
And by saying no, you're actually teaching your toddler that your voice has meaning, your boundaries are real, and that your toddler is not controlling the moment.
Yeah. And that's where a lot of parents lose it because the child keeps testing and they enter the ring then to this back and forth that we already talked about. Yes, no, yes, no. And I'm sure you had the situation like that again, but loving leadership is firm and firmness brings clarity also for the child. And that's why step number 2 is equally important as step number 1.
And if they come back charging again and again, don't escalate. This is very important. Don't threaten them. It's so easy to go there and actually stop the crazy loop and move them. Actually, I wanted to say outside of the ring, move them to another place.
Yeah, we haven't entered the ring. So that's why,
Exactly.
with step 1 and step 2, we didn't enter the ring. And usually we put our kid either on the stairs, in the bed, or in the playpen, and we would say this is a time that you need to just like calm down, and this is now punishment, but this is training.
And after a short moment, bring them back and try again. I think sometimes that's the misconception. When you hear this, you have the impression that your child is going to stay for an hour in his room or something like this. But very often, when they will, for example, sit on the stairs outside of the situation, after a minute or two, we'll bring them back, and they will already be a lot more calm.
Yeah, but it can always also not be. But
always.
like, it just doesn't take a lot of time. Sometimes it takes more, but then our child learns that it's better to be obedient than the battle, and that mom and dad really follow through. What they say counts. That's all like this training that they learn. But what happens if they have a full-blown meltdown? If they scream, if they shout, if they like trample on the floor, break everything around them, what do we do then?
And parents, listen carefully. When your child is crying, there's different kinds of cry, but it doesn't mean that you're necessarily doing something wrong.
No.
Crying could be, for example, in such a power struggle, it's very often a disappointment, and your child is actually allowed to have disappointment.
Yeah, but a lot of times this crying or screaming triggers us, and we feel like we did something wrong. But we can stay firm, but still loving, in saying, I understand your emotions, I understand you're not doing well, or you're thinking this is unfair, but the answer is still no.
And that sentence is gold. It's basically saying, I see you, I care about you, but I'm also not moved.
Yes.
And over time, it will shorten the cry, it will shorten the struggle, because they understand that you are steady in what you say.
Yeah, and what your boundaries, your yes is a yes, your no is a no, and they can't use like crying as a tool anymore. And usually, because they cry, because they scream, we change our statement or our instruction. And that's very confusing in the head of our child, because they test. And if they test and persistently test and we break, they learn that this can become like a tool they can use to set into practice whenever they want something that they're not getting. So for us as parents, it's important to stay steady and clear. It's correcting dignity while protecting behavior. And why? Because if we get into a power struggle, we throw words around, we're frustrated, we're angry, and we don't protect their dignity.
And most of the time, if you think about it, I remember those power struggles. This is when you then have to apologize as a parent. Because very often we go over the line and we know it.
Yeah, and we feel it almost, but we are wiser. And our child is still learning, so we need to make a point there by like step 1, 2, and 3 that really is an amazing weapon against power struggles.
So what we do, we're actually correcting behavior without crushing the child. And
their identity.
The identity.
Yeah.
And what is crushing identity? You are bad. I'm losing time because of you. Look at your sister. She doesn't do this like you.
Or
when
how
are
many
you gonna...
more times? Like you're so frustrating. You're like taking my last nerve. I'm like so angry because of you. And we attack identity and we don't protect their dignity.
Exactly.
That's why at the family Oasis, it's so important to separate those two things. We're not attacking their identity. And while doing, again, step 1, 2, 3, we don't ourselves become that frustrated because we cut it off very early. We've both been in power struggles where the emotions rose and we said things like that.
And actually, the best thing for me as a man was not entering the ring, as we mentioned. By not entering there, I would say 80% of the struggle that I would have if I go into a power struggle just didn't happen because I could keep my calm and just have time to think. I think very often from moving the child from the place where the struggle happened to a place to kind of think about it, just
Like calm down.
calm down,
Or, yeah.
gave us also the possibility ourselves to calm down. And there was gold too.
So that's why it's really preventing you from like hurting their heart and having to apologize afterward for what we said. It's really, we're building like an environment in our home where we speak life over our children and not enter the ring and speak death in moments like that that still scar our children. So this is like our kind of like steps 1 to 3 secret weapon that in our own home really was proven, tested, and we can say it helped us so many times.
So instead, just say, I hear you, I understand you, I still love you, but my boundaries are here to protect you.
Yeah.
And it's and if the child is still in the moment, it will be maybe difficult for them to understand. But those words are very helpful, especially afterward, when we take a time to discuss, for example, what happened, reconciliation.
And that's really the way we guard their heart by shaping their character, and that's powerful leadership.
And one last piece that will save you so much grief.
Yeah.
Sometimes power struggle can be avoided simply by having, for example, a house. If they always go and touch something, maybe it's better to remove the thing for a while, because it would be in this season too difficult to learn not to touch it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just remove it.
And especially if it's something dangerous, like you've maybe not attached your mirror, or like there's like this vase that is super expensive sitting on somewhere. There's just like sometimes wisdom that we also remove, as you were saying, and it's not about us to teach all obedience at the same time, but it's wisdom to know when is the right time to remove something, when is the right time to teach them. So really be aware of that and open to God to show you maybe this is too early for the child or this is not the time.
Good parenting is building a home where obedience is realistically possible.
And maybe you have this like in the back of your head, a situation just that happened with your child. And if you comment power struggle in the description and write a short, like what happened and where you need help, we'll answer you for your specific question. And we hope this was a very encouraging video. It helped us in our family for so much more peace, for really cutting off these power struggles.
Not entering the ring.
And just like we heard about it very on in our parenting, and it was so helpful because we all tend to enter the ring. We all tend to have power struggles with our kids. And hearing that and helping us to have steps and reacting wisdom was like super encouraging for us. And we're sure it was for you too.
I love reacting wisdom.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So we're really looking forward to next week. Until then, bye.